Do you have a hearing coming up in the next few weeks and you need certain discovery documents from the opposing party? I'm Matt Dolan with Dolan Divorce Lawyers in Connecticut, and today I'm going to explain how to file a request for production at hearing in Connecticut Family Court. In any divorce or family law case in Connecticut, there is a discovery process at the beginning of the case during which the parties exchange documentation, usually financial, so that both sides can have a full understanding of the dynamics of the case, including the assets, income, and liabilities that both parties have. This helps the two sides to settle their case, but ultimately, if they are unable to settle, it leads to fewer surprises at trial. Now, normally discovery is done through standard discovery requests in which a party lists out the documents they are requesting from the other side, and that other side usually has between 30 and 60 days to respond and produce the documents. But there are scenarios where you might be in a jam where you are realizing a week or two before trial that you need certain additional documents from the other side to present during your hearing and trial. If you file a standard discovery request at this time, the other side will have 30 to 60 days to reply, at which time it will be too late as the trial will be over. So instead of filing that standard discovery request, you can file what's called a request for production at hearing, and that is governed by Practice Book Section 25-56. And it says that prior to the commencement of an evidentiary hearing or trial, but in no event later than 5 days before the scheduled hearing date, either party may serve on the other a request for production of documents and tangible things. So you have to make sure you file it at least 5 days before the trial or hearing, and as long as you do so, they are required to produce the documents at the time of the hearing unless there is a valid objection that is filed and the court grants that objection and does not require them to produce the documents at the time of the hearing. Now here's a sample of the request that you have to submit. So you just put the case caption at the top, including the date, and the caption of the request is request for production at time of hearing. And you state that pursuant to Connecticut Practice Book Section 25-56, the plaintiff in the above captioned matter does hereby request that the defendant produce the following documents at time of hearing scheduled for, and then you include the date, time, and location of the court appearance. Now, of course, you may also have to reverse plaintiff and defendant. And you then just list all of the documents that you are requesting the other side produce, and then you sign at the bottom and include a certification page with the contact information of all of the parties to the case to whom you have to provide a copy of your request. Now, you do not file with the court the actual request for production at time of hearing. What you do file is a notice of service of request for production at time of hearing. And for that, you again put the case caption and you just include that the plaintiff or defendant, if you're the defendant, in the above captioned matter hereby certifies that he has served upon the defendant through her counsel a request for production at time of hearing dated, and then you put the date of the request, and then you include that you are seeking production of discovery at a hearing scheduled for, and then the date of the hearing. So you're first putting the date of request, and second you're putting the date of the hearing, and then again you sign the motion and you put the certification page on the second page. So those are the basics on how to file a request for production at time of hearing if you don't have time to file a standard discovery request. As usual, if you have any additional questions, you can contact our office. And if you're looking for representation in a divorce or family law case here in Connecticut, we would invite you to contact our office as well.